You just spent 3 hours with your best friends, laughing, talking, having what everyone else would call a great time. You get home, close the door, and immediately collapse on your bed like you just ran a marathon while solving calculus problems. Your brain feels like static. Your body feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds. You need approximately 48 hours of absolute silence before you can even think about being a person again. And then comes the text. That was so fun. Let's do it again tomorrow. And you stare at your phone like it just asked you to donate a kidney. If this is you, stay with me. Because what I'm about to tell you will finally explain why you're not a terrible friend. You're not antisocial. You're not broken. Your nervous system is just playing a completely different game than everyone else's. And honestly, it might be the smarter one. Here's what nobody tells you. Feeling destroyed after socializing doesn't mean you didn't enjoy it. It doesn't mean you hate people. It means your brain is processing social interaction like it's a full-contact sport while everyone else is playing checkers. Let me show you what's actually happening inside your head. Your brain treats every conversation like a high-stakes negotiation. Most people walk into a hangout and their brain goes into autopilot. Smile, nod, laugh at the right moments. Done. Their nervous system barely registers it. But your brain is running 100 programs simultaneously. Am I talking too much? Not enough? Did that joke land weird? Why did they look at their phone? Are they bored? Do they actually want me here? Is my face doing something strange? It's not overthinking. It's your prefrontal cortex working overtime because you have what psychologists call high self-monitoring. You're not just in the conversation. You're watching yourself have the conversation. You're analyzing the other person's reactions. You're adjusting your behavior in real time. You're basically playing chess while everyone else is eating snacks. And that shit is exhausting. Here's the part that'll blow your mind. Your brain uses the same amount of energy during a casual hangout that an athlete's brain uses during a game. Studies using glucose consumption tracking show that high self-monitors burn significantly more mental energy in social situations than low self-monitors. You're not imagining the exhaustion. Your brain literally ran out of fuel. And it gets worse, because while you're busy monitoring yourself, you're also absorbing everyone else's emotional state like a sponge that never asked for the job. Someone's anxious. You feel it. Someone's annoyed but pretending they're fine. You downloaded that too. Someone's happy but there's something off underneath. Congratulations. Now you're trying to figure out what's wrong while also participating in a conversation about nothing. Neuroscientists call this hyperactive mirror neuron activity. Your brain is designed to feel what other people feel. It's supposed to help with empathy. But for you, it's like having emotional Wi-Fi that can't be turned off. You're not just managing your own emotions during a hangout. You're accidentally managing everyone's. And by the time you get home, you've been carrying emotional weight that wasn't even yours to begin with. Most people experience social interaction as energy neutral, maybe even energizing. Extroverts literally recharge by being around people. Their dopamine system lights up. But you run on a completely different operating system. Your nervous system runs on acetylcholine, not dopamine. You recharge through quiet, through stillness, through being alone with your own thoughts instead of drowning in everyone else's. It's not a flaw. It's just a different neurological setup. But society treats extroversion like it's the default setting and introversion like it's a software glitch that needs fixing. So you spend your whole life thinking something's wrong with you because you can't do what seems effortless for everyone else. Here's what really fucks with you. The guilt. You had fun. You love your friends. So why do you feel like you survived something instead of enjoyed something? Why does your body treat hanging out like running from danger? And why does the thought of doing it again tomorrow make you want to fake your own death? Because your amygdala, The part of your brain that handles threat detection treats social overstimulation the same way it treats actual danger. When you're socially exhausted, it's not dramatic. It's your nervous system going into protection mode because it registered the interaction as depleting. Your friends aren't the threat. The energy expenditure is, and your brain is trying to save you from burning out completely. Let's talk about the performance, because that's what socializing feels like for you. A performance. Everyone else seems to just exist in social situations, but you're on stage. You're aware of every word, every expression, every moment of silence that might be awkward. You're not relaxing, you're working. And the worst part? You're probably so good at it that nobody knows. They think you're fine. They think you're having the time of your life. Meanwhile, your internal battery is flashing red at 20% and you're still smiling. This is called masking. You've learned to hide the exhaustion so well that people genuinely don't believe you when you say you need 3 days to recover. They think you're exaggerating. They think you're making excuses. They don't understand that what feels like breathing to them feels like holding your breath underwater to you. And you can only hold it for so long before you have to surface. Here's the thing that'll make you feel less alone. This isn't rare. About 20 to 30% of people experience social interaction this way. You're not a minority. You're just part of a group that doesn't talk about it, because admitting you're exhausted after hanging out with people you love sounds insane in a world that glorifies constant connection. But think about it. You wouldn't judge someone for being tired after a workout. You wouldn't tell them they're weak because their muscles need recovery time. So why the fuck do we treat mental and emotional energy like it should be infinite? Why is needing alone time seen as antisocial instead of just basic self-care? The truth is, you're not avoiding people. You're protecting your ability to show up for people. Because if you say yes to every hangout, every invitation, every "let's do this again tomorrow," you won't be present. You'll be a shell of yourself running on fumes, pretending to be okay while your nervous system screams for rest. And that's not friendship. That's self-destruction with a smile. So what do? You start being honest, not cruel, not dramatic, just honest. I had an amazing time, but I need a few days to recharge before I can do this again. Most people won't get it, but the ones who matter will, and the ones who don't, they're not your people anyway. You also stop apologizing for needing what you need. You don't apologize for being hungry. You don't apologize for being tired. So stop apologizing for needing solitude like it's a character flaw. It's a biological requirement, and ignoring it doesn't make you a better friend. It makes you a burnt-out one. Here's what changed everything for me. I stopped measuring my social capacity against other people's. I stopped thinking I should be able to do what extroverts do. I started treating my energy like a real limited resource that needs to be managed, not ignored. And I started saying no without guilt, not to people, to the expectation that I should operate like someone I'm not. Because here's the reality nobody wants to admit. You can love someone and still need a break from them. You can have the best time and still be completely drained afterward. You can be a great friend and still need 48 hours of silence before you're ready to exist in the world again. All of those things can be true at the same time. And if someone tells you that's weird, that's a them problem, not a you problem. So if you're someone who comes home from hanging out and immediately needs to enter a cocoon of silence for 3 business days, you're not broken. You're not a bad friend. You're not antisocial. You're just running on a nervous system that values depth over frequency, quality over quantity. And honestly, that's not a bug. That's a feature. The people who love you will understand. The people who don't weren't meant to be in your life anyway. And the sooner you stop forcing yourself to operate on someone else's energy system, the sooner you'll actually enjoy the time you do spend with people. Because you won't be performing. You'll be present. And that's worth way more than being available 24/7. So tell me, do you need 3 days to recover from a single hangout? Or are you one of those psychopaths who can socialize every day and still function? Drop it in the comments. Let's find our people. And if this made you feel seen, hit subscribe. The next video is about why some people physically cannot do small talk, and it's not rudeness, it's neuroscience. You're going to want to watch that one. Click it